Dwi'n gweinidog Rebecca, bonydd ei gion a bonydd ei gesau. I pobl sydd ddim yn nabod fi, dwi'n enw yw Stephen James, dwi'n byw ar ffarm teuluol yn Sir Benfro yn agos i ffin Sir Gaerfyrddin a ni'n cynnyrchu llaeth. I'm not going to apologise at the beginning for repeating some of the comments that have already made, both by the Deputy Minister and by Emma, because that's what co-design and co-production is all about. The next generation is vitally important to me, and I have a son taking over the farm, of running a farm, but I am clear that bringing the next generation into farming relies on establishing the conditions where farming businesses can thrive. This starts, I believe, with the establishment of a shared vision, a future in agriculture. NFU Cymru has a vision for a productive, profitable and progressive agricultural industry in Wales. We have favourable climate and a nation bursting at the seams with passionate, dedicated and skilled farmers. We are ideally placed to capitalise on the opportunities that will arrive for food-producing nations such as ourselves in both domestic and on a global stage, in the light of future challenges to our global food production system. As farmers, we are proud of our role, first and foremost as food producers, being the cornerstone of the 6 billion Welsh food and drink industry and custodians of the countryside that we have created, cared for and continue to manage, which not only supports a diverse range of species, habitats and ecosystems, but underpins a tourism industry that is worth a further £2 billion to the economy of Wales. Indeed, the range of goods and services provided by agriculture is unparalleled by any other sector. Farmers are the axis around which rural communities thrive and prosper. Virtually all that happens in our rural areas depend on the goodwill, the active involvement and support of farmers and their families. We are key drivers to the rural economy. The majority of our spending is done within a short distance of our farm. This is not just with the obvious ones like, for example, the local farmers merchants, the livestock markets, the machinery dealers or the vets. But think about the rural builders, the plumbers, the electricians, the garages and even the accountants. We rely heavily on farmers for so much of their business. The strategic framework that the Deputy Minister has just launched highlights that production must be sustainable in the widest sense. Sustainable production, I am sure, will mean different things for different people in this audience. To me, I see it as using our land to continue to produce food to world-leading standards, rising to the challenge of producing more food, but at the same time minimizing our impact on the environment and reducing our carbon footprint by kilograms of meat, wheat or potatoes, or even litres of milk produced, but simply producing more and impacting less. Measures that we introduce on our farms to improve the productive potential of our livestock and crops will also deliver climate change benefits and minimizing the environmental impact. Technology will provide the solutions, and key to achieving our vision is to look forward positively to the future, embracing new technology and ensuring that cutting-edge research is quickly disseminated and adopted by farmers on the ground. In the last couple of days, I saw a tweet from the TAG project, which shows a video clip of a young farmer, Sean Jones, farming near Llanybydder, who is maximising the technology through his EID equipment and using genomics to improve so that he's producing more meat from the same inputs. This is what the TAG project from the last rural development had. Now what we've got to do with that information is spread it much further to a far wider audience right across Wales. And farmers are there to embrace that technology. Every farmer I have met is proud to be primarily a food producer and a producer of food. In future, I expect opportunities will present themselves that will help farmers to be properly rewarded for the environmental good that they do in the ecosystem services they deliver. Carbon trading schemes, for example, may have the potential of financially benefiting the upland areas. The framework document challenges us to consider products in its widest sense of the word, going beyond just seeing food as an agricultural product. For this to happen, markets for the wider goods and services provided by our industry must be developed. My business is looking to make use of natural resources. We are blessed with some solar panels, and the sun does occasionally shine in Clydern, and the wind does blow. And this is an ideal day for me today, when the sun and the breeze is blowing. And our vision is that all farmers should have the opportunity to be net exporters of energy, to be able to make a sympathetic use of fantastic natural resources that our farms are blessed with. And for this to happen through energy cropping, small-scale biogas, wind, solar, or hydro, current barriers put in place through the planning and the environmental permitting systems must be overcome. We must develop a system of facilitation rather than a regulation. To me, I see the process towards today's consultation launch having begun back in 2011 with the Working Smart initiative under Gareth Williams. The principles established then with regards to better regulation and to working together are what I hope to see enshrined through this framework. Successes from Working Smarter have been achieved when government and industry have fully embraced the principles of partnership and working and co-production. To deliver our shared vision, working in partnership must become a reality at all levels of government. This framework must be far more than just myself and you, Deputy Minister, sharing this, and Emma sharing this platform today. It must become embedded through all levels of engagement that the industry has with government across all departments and all work streams. And for this to be successful, there can be no opt-out clause. Profitability is the key to delivering a prosperous, resilient industry, and to achieve that we need to ensure maximum returns from the marketplace, as we've heard from Emir earlier, and at the same time as making sure that what we produce is produced as efficiently as possible. This is a difficult period for all our sectors. Exchange rates, retail behaviour and commodity markets all seem to be against us at present, which is why, as part of this framework, specific action plans must focus on how we can get the best possible returns from the marketplace. And this framework must interlink with the Welsh food and drink strategy. Challenging targets must be set that industry and government must put all their combined resources into achieving. We must do everything possible to add value to our primary produce here in Wales, ensuring that all parts of the supply chain benefit. Last autumn, the farming unions, the YFC and the levy bodies together agreed a set of key principles that should form the basis of an agricultural strategy. I'm pleased that the Deputy Minister has recognised and supports these principles. The paper was written very much with regards to the delivery of the Rural Development Programme in Wales, and whilst this framework will cover more than the RDP must be viewed as a key enabler of our vision. And the success of this framework in the short to medium term will be determined by how the RDP is designed and implemented. I take this opportunity to highlight a couple of the key objectives for the RDP. First of all, improving competitiveness and enhancing farm viability must be our overarching objective. Partnership working is crucial, with the industry involved in a full co-production role. Schemes must be adequately resourced to ensure high level of uptake and participation. They should deliver benefit at farm level and facilitate change through a sustained period of on-farm incentivization and advanced knowledge transfer. The partnership board established through this strategy should ensure that all projects deliver towards our shared vision and against agreed sector-specific, market-led priorities. Following on from agreeing our key principles, last year the unions have held extensive discussions with levy bodies, many of whom are here today, and through this collaborative working we have developed firm and detailed ideas for projects that meet our key principles and deliver the transformational change that both government and industry wish to see. These have been termed core or backbone projects and are focused on genetic improvement, animal health, welfare, grassland management, and farm business and supply chain infrastructure. Our ideas involve integrating expert advice, incentivizing change, and capturing data to ensure that the interventions made can be measured and key outcomes achieved. I look to you, Deputy Minister, to give us the green light to bring these projects to reality. Investment on farm is crucial. In my early days of farming, I was fortunate enough to be able to access support to help with improving our farm infrastructure, and our business is still benefiting from the fruits of that support today. The new Sustainable Production Grant Scheme offers a similar opportunity to leave a legacy that will last generations and beyond the lifespan of this RDP. Indeed, investments under the measure should be viewed as investing in Wales Farming PLC. The SPG scheme must be clear and easily accessible to many, and not just a few. The application process should be straightforward for farmers and not add additional unnecessary costs. Agri-environment schemes have contributed positively to the protection of landscapes, soils, water and biodiversity. Farmers have embraced these schemes in the past and will continue to do so if the schemes are accessible to farmers and prescriptions can be practically implemented on the ground. All farmers, whatever they produce or wherever they may farm, should have equal opportunity to access these schemes. Part farm and small grant schemes are crucial to achieving this aim. Welsh Government, in taking the decision it did over pillar transfer back in December 2013, put Wales RDP very much in the spotlight like never before. There is much we can learn and build upon from the previous RDP programme, but let us be absolutely clear, a business as usual approach with more of the same with an increased budget is not an option. Other countries, and Ireland is a great example of being moving forward with innovative programs to support the development of their industry. I do believe that through taking forward the ideas I have briefly outlined and adopting the principles of partnership working, we advocate we can ourselves be in the forefront of Europe in delivering an RDP that ensures our industry is competitive and on a domestic, European and a global stage. And from which the wider benefits of its environmental, social and cultural terms can flow. There are areas where we will not always agree. I came into agri-politics as a result of my concern over bovine TB, which was having a detrimental on our cattle herd and the businesses that were in my community. And I still firmly believe that Wales will not eradicate this disease until we deliver a truly comprehensive programme that removes diseased wildlife alongside the comprehensive cattle control measures we already have. But I do believe that by working together, there is so much that we can achieve, and that is why today I have pleasure to be here sharing the platform with you, Deputy Minister, and all our other colleagues across all the other, which includes the FEW, CLA and YFC and the levy boards, and you in this audience to launch this consultation. And I don't apologise for this final statement, and it is for us all to work together to achieve our shared vision of a prosperous, resilient industry promoting Wales' present and future well-being.